Finally tonight, he's only 5 years old, but it hasn't stopped him from getting behind the wheel. Today, he led a field of IndyCar drivers to honor his father at a cause that was close to his heart. NBC's Janet Shamlian has that story for us tonight.
On a day when some of the biggest names in IndyCar racing are readying for a kart competition, one driver suiting up has almost no experience.
What do you like driving, buddy?
Because, they go really fast.
Sebastian might look like he's out of his league, but the 5-year-old is the favorite here.
You ready?
And every driver knows it.
The little boots and the little suit and, the helmet, it's cool. It's cool to see his passion for it.
His sights are set on Indy, and why not? It's deep in his DNA. Sebastian Weldon is the son of two-time Indy 500 champ Dan Weldon, who died in a fiery crash in Las Vegas almost 3 years ago.
It means a lot to see Sebastian out here. I mean, I could just see Dan smile for sure. And that's probably. And I know he's super proud of him.
Sebastian is leading the field in a pace lap ahead of a charity race named for his father, a fundraiser for Alzheimer's research.
I think one of the great things that, Dan passed down to him was that love of racing and just that drive, I guess you would say.
But this day is also for a little boy to learn more about his dad.
Daddy and me.
And the stars of racing, once Dan Weldon's toughest opponents, are here to help him.
I think he's leaving the legacy of his dad.
But the lure of the track is something that can't be taught. And for Sebastian Weldon, it doesn't have to be.
He loves it. Loves it. He just wants to be like his dad. And he is.
On the fast track, as the son of a legend gets to climb behind the wheel and stay the course, just like Dad. Janet Shamlian, NBC News.
A peaceful summer camp in Otisfield, Maine. 5,000 miles from the deadly cycle of violence ripping apart the Middle East. But not far enough for these kids to escape the impact.
Unfortunately, I'm used to hearing about these things, and even when we're here in camp.
The violence, the very reason why these 160 teenagers from war-torn nations are here at this unique camp called Seeds of Peace.
When they come here to Maine, to this camp right here, they see how life could really be when there's peace.
10 years ago, the camp began with Israeli and Arab teens. Today, 22 countries participate, including Afghanistan, Pakistan, India, and the Balkans. The goal, a long-term solution to conflicts abroad by teaching today's young people to be tomorrow's peacemakers.
By the end of this session, we'll have 2,000 Seeds of Peace alumni. That means we have 2,000 potential leaders around the world that will be able at some moment to make the change.
Potential leaders learning conflict resolution while at the same time just being a kid.
Nice. Ladies and gentlemen, from the NBA!
Excited to be taught the basics of basketball by NBA stars asked to lend their talents and time.
We're all here and we're all enjoying each other's differences, but at the same time sharing in our hope of having world peace.
Rising stars like the Golden State Warriors' Mike Dunleavy.
It is a way to communicate, a way to have fun, and it's a way to bring cultures together.
A basketball clinic is new to Seeds of Peace. The idea behind it is an old one, using sports to break down barriers while building trust.
And then you guys are both going to, together, you're going to walk from that side over to that side.
The values of teamwork, responsibility, and determination, part of every group activity, like this rope walk. Historic enemies, Israelis and Palestinians, discovering they must trust each other to make it across. But within the confines of camp, tensions can surface during sessions designed to get the teens talking. Here, Israeli and Palestinian kids who must carry around the weight of war.
First of all, I'd like to raise the fact that we have a cultural difference. And although you may feel proud in dying for your country, I may not think so. I believe in leaving for your country. Yeah.
But these teens, forced to grow up faster than most, also understand what it will take to have peace. After a recent bombing in Jerusalem, an Israeli boy learns his brother was slightly injured in the blast. Comfort comes from all sides.
We had here in camp
Jewish kids comforting Arab kids who were worried about their loved ones back home.
When you just interact with your so-called enemy just like a normal human being, it gives them like hope inside.
Sowing the seeds of peace, one child at a time. For Today, Virginia Cha, NBC News, Otisfield, Maine.
Just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water, one of the most terrifying movies in film history is celebrating its 30th birthday this summer. You know the one I'm talking about, Jaws. Well, this week, many of the cast and crew reunited on the island of Martha's Vineyard, where the movie was shot, for a party called Jaws Fest. NBC's Allison Stewart was there.
That terrifying howl from actress Susan Backliny came with a little help from director Steven Spielberg.
I'd put my head back and Steven would pour water down my throat, and that's how we got the screams.
The screams, the shark, the location, all being celebrated at Jaws Fest, where the film's cast and crew joined fans, some with fins, for autograph sessions, Q&A with the filmmakers, quality time with a replica of Bruce the Shark, named after Spielberg's lawyer, and of course an outdoor screening of the film.
Popcorn! Get your popcorn!
With a greeting from the director.
I just want to welcome everybody to the first annual Jaws Fest.
I think it's amazing the shelf life that this film has had, and that's only because fans like yourselves have kept this film alive in people's consciousness.
What makes Jaws so very scary?
I think that because it could actually be true.
The music doesn't have, the dun 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 dun.
Shark bites person, person chases shark, shark eats more people, people kill shark, end of story.
Peter Benchley wrote Jaws, the book, and original screenplay.
I think it's a rousing good story. Steven has made a wonderful movie without effects, real filmmaking, a real-looking shark, and it holds up after 30 years.
Add a little movie magic, like these props gathered for the event.
This is very recognizable, the barrel from the film that they would attach to the shark. You could tell when he was there, when you didn't have to see him.
You own this.
I do. This is Ben Gardner's head. This is the head that popped out of the bottom of the boat. And this is the last remaining fin from Bruce. It's been in someone's garage for the last 30 years.
Back in the summer of '74, when those Hollywood types descended on this laid-back seaside community, they turned the entire island into a movie set. Martha's Vineyard became the fictional Amity Island. For this weekend, it is Amity again. Back then, the production did not go smoothly. It was then 27-year-old Steven Spielberg's second movie, and he underestimated the difficulty of shooting on an island and on water. He went 300% over budget and filmed 4 times longer than planned.
If I thought about multi-million-dollar pictures and all the equipment and all the responsibility, I'd probably go bananas.
He didn't, and Jaws went on to become what is considered the first summer blockbuster. For Today, Allison Stewart, NBC News, Martha's Vineyard, Massachusetts.